All right, we're back again with another episode of Roofer Reflections, and I'm very fortunate to have Christine here. So, Christine, thank you for coming on the show.
Hi, you're welcome. This is a pleasure meeting you this way. Thank you.
So, I look at your background, and I see numbers. Numbers have been part of your lives.
Yep, that was pretty much my kickoff. I started off in the finance world in like accounts payable, accounting, financial reporting, FP&A. So that's been my background.
Earlier as a child, did that show up in any way?
Yeah, I always liked math. So I went the business track in school. It came easy for me. I understood debits and credits. I learned to read a financial statement pretty easily, and I can translate that to the operators out there. So yeah, that's been a strength of mine.
And how did you get into I guess initially the building materials side?
Ironically, I was 19 years old and I was working in a bank drive-through, and the accounts payable supervisor kept coming to my window because I key punched pretty quick and I cashed checks. This was before the age of direct deposit. So people would be lined up on payday, and I would move the line quickly. And she's like, "Hey, do you want a job? We need somebody to key our freight bills." And I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" And little did I know what a life-changing moment that was.
Now, how did it progress from there?
I took positions of increasing responsibility. I worked at Allied Building Products for about 20 years. And I went back to school and got my degree later on in life. And then they sent me for my MBA. So I learned a lot later in life. And I thought it was a really interesting path because I had a lot of experience. And I think that made the experience of going back to school more enriching.
When you went back to school, what was your key takeaways?
I only got so far without a degree, and I wanted to keep advancing. And I think that formal education helped me get the background that I needed. And the MBA, working with a cohort of the same people with different industry experience and sharing experiences, was really valuable.
And then I guess from sort of a general building materials side to more specifically into the roofing side, how did that happen?
Allied was a roofing products. It was a general. I never really looked at it as specifically roofing because there were other products that we distribute. But roofing has been the focus, especially with the advent of National Women in Roofing in 2017. When they started up, I was like, am I a woman in roofing? Because I'm an accountant. Do I count? And I started the council in New Jersey back then, and I've gotten heavily involved and dove deep into it since then.
When you first joined to where you are today as an organization, what has changed?
I think structure. Structure and a lot of input from different people with different experiences. In the beginning, there was a lot of manufacturers and distributors from big companies, but now I can see that population shifting to women contractors, a lot of women starting their own business, and it's so impressive. And I'm so proud of all these female entrepreneurs out there. It just makes me so happy.
So what and you said so there's been an increase in that. What do you think has helped the increase in that?
I think it's word of mouth. People are finding out about us, even if they didn't come to National Women in Roofing Day. At the IRE, every year we have that National Women in Roofing Day the Sunday before. And there's a lot of buzz about it. This year we had 510 people register, and that was incredible. It exceeded our expectations. We're over 2,200 members now, and it's just the word of mouth that's spreading like wildfires, and councils are popping up all over the country. So I'm really excited to see the growth.
If someone came to you, or maybe people come to you regularly that are interested in getting involved in the roofing industry, what do you tell them?
Oh, I encourage it. Even with my daughter, I say, figure out, kids don't know what they want to do when they're going to college. Once you figure it out, I said, there's a parallel in roofing, whether you want to go into marketing or you want to go into chemistry, work for a manufacturer, research development. There's so many avenues to go in roofing. And maybe college isn't the route for everyone. There's still drivers and warehouse people that we need to make the business run. And they're very lucrative paying jobs that people don't realize. I think the trades are where it's at.
Yeah, for sure. Now, is there anything that I did not ask you, but you wanted to share?
I do want to share something that I think is pretty important. People have to take the time to take care of themselves. I see so much mental stress and burnout going on. And talking to my team at SRS and just talking in my women's ERG and in National Women in Roofing, I think we really need to balance our lives with our work lives. I know we always talk about work-life balance, but it was always the hustle culture. And, you know, the more we could do, the faster we move. I think we need to just take a breath and reflect on making sure, checking in with ourselves and making sure we're okay once in a while. I think as women, we're always taking care of everybody else, and somebody's got to look out for us. So just putting that in front of people, getting your doctor's appointments, checking in with your family and your friends. I think a lot of time goes by and sometimes we miss those things.